Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. IRS issues final regulations for the rehabilitation credit. IR 2020-210, September 15, 2020, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service today issued final regulations. There's a link to those final regulations here for taxpayers who claim the rehabilitation credit. The Tax Cut and Jobs Act, otherwise known as the TJCA, amended the rehabilitation credit so that taxpayers now claim the rehabilitation credit over a 5-year period. The TCJA amendments generally apply to a taxpayer's qualified rehabilitation expenditures paid or incurred after December 31st, 2017. Taxpayers, however, may claim the credit all in 1 year under pre-TCJA rules for projects that qualify under a transaction rule. The transaction rule allows taxpayers to use the prior law if the project meets these conditions. The taxpayer owns or leases the building on January 1st, 2018 and the entire period thereafter. The 24 or 60-month period selected for the substantial rehabilitation test begins by June 20th, 2018. The final regulations require taxpayers to determine the rehabilitation credit amount in the year they place the building into service and allocate that amount ratably over the 5-year period. The final regulations also include a rule to coordinate the TCJA amendments with the special rules for the investment credit of which the rehabilitation credit is part. Finally, the final regulations include example illustrations how to apply the rule. So they're going to have some examples there so you can see how they will apply it in those examples. Updates on the implementation of the TCJA can be found on the tax reform page of irs.gov. There's a link to the tax reform page. There will be a link to this in the description.